Hey everyone, so I'm back with another episode of Let's Code series. So today we are going to go ahead with another part of classes, which is called inheritance. So let's get started. So what inheritance is? Basically, if you are making a very big program, where you have created a class, basically, and what you want to use attributes that are being used in that particular class. So in that case, we will use the inheritance property. It's actually not something that you can define specifically, like saying inheritance or something like, but it is more or less like the parent and child relationship. So parent is a class where you have already defined your attributes, but now what you actually want to get the attributes from that parent class into your child class. So the the child class can actually inherit all your um, attributes from the parent classes, or one or two of them, right? So it does not cost anything. It will be very easy to actually define the attributes. So let's see how the inheritance would look like. So let's see um, how we can do some sort of inheritance. So now if you see from our last chapter, which is the classes, where we have actually learned how the classes are used. If you don't know about it, I will just drop an URL, a link into the I button, so you can check it out. So let's say this is my init class. So this is my house prototype class, and this is the init class that I have created, right? Init method actually. So now what I want is I would like to do something like call this particular init method into another class. So what will happen in that case, all of the attributes in the init method of house property will be initialized again into the parent class that we have. So let's do some example on that, right? So so for example, this is my house property, right? Now I will create another class here, right? And I will call it class house, right? Now we have house prototype, right? Now what I actually want from here is I want to just use this class, the value from this class to be initialized here in this class. Now, so what I will do, I will just say house prototype. Here what I'm doing, I'm using this this class within this class. I'm actually inheriting the object from of this class over here. This is actually an object here, right? So what I will say, def, I would just like to init. I'm initializing that. Now what I want is self, right? And I will say color, floors, and location. Does that make sense? Right? Now what is going on here? So I'm just reinitializing this, but how will I get these properties over here? So there is a keyword which we call it super, right? Then how we have to do something like this, super dot underscore init, right? And then I will pass color, floors, and location. Okay. So here what I'm doing, I'm initializing this, which have these four things, one, two, three, four, one, two, three, these three things, and then I'm initializing using super method. This super function or super method, I'm reinitializing this, and what I'm telling this class to actually use for the init, I'm using the init values of this, right? So this is how we actually do the classes. actually do the initialization basically. So now that we have this, what I can do here, my underscore new underscore house, okay, and my new underscore house equals to, actually I will say house, sorry, house, and then I will just define the colors, floors, and location. See, this is coming automatically. Now I will say color is blue, which is not coming, and the floors are 4 floors, and location will take it by default, but I will just to understand if this is clearly working, I will just change this value to location. Okay, and what I will do, I will say I will type location as Pochinki, right? This is my location. Okay, now I have in earlier examples I have created something like this. I will just comment it out, right? And what I will do, I will just replace this using my new house, right? Okay, makes sense. Now I will just comment it out to understand if this class actually works. Now be now please make a note of how we are doing it here, right? I'm not doing anything, I'm just using this particular thing and doing and just printing it over here. I'm using my new house and printing everything from my new house, all the values over here in this print statement. So what I will do, I will say Python 3, and I will say learn underscore class.py. Now does this make sense to you, right? What we are doing here is my house colors is blue, my house has 4 floors, and my house is located at this place. Sorry for this PUBG reference again. So this is how we basically do the inheritance, right? So I hope you guys understood how to do the inheritance. Now next what we will do, we will see how to define attributes and method for the child class. So instead of just doing this all here, right, I will copy this whole thing and take it somewhere else. So I have created a new file and I copied that from the learn class.py, this file, and here it goes. Now what I want to do is see how I can define the attributes and method for this particular child class. So this is basically a child class. So for the sake of our understanding, I will say this is child class. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to actually learn how to actually define methods for this, right? So see, this is pretty much straightforward, that okay, I have these all the initialization. Now how will I add something else from my side? So let's say I just want to create let's say the year of bill. So I will say year underscore of underscore bill, which should be, I will say 2018, right? Now this is, I've just added it to the initialization method, and pretty much this is actually added here, floors location, because I'm inheriting from my parent class. Now what I will do, I will create another method. I will say def get underscore build underscore year, and I will say self. So now what I will say here, print now f, and as usual we will do this, and this the not this house was built in, right? That is my in part. And what I will do here is self dot, because I'm not, if you understand, I'm not asking for anything else other than this here. and I'm just doing the self. I'm not like these version, I'm not doing anything else, anything different than this. So what I will say is self dot, and my year underscore of underscore bill, that's it basically. So now we will just save it and do that. Now, does this make sense, right? So now what I want to do, I want to just say house, get my house build year, my new house underscore build equals to this. Now what I will say my new underscore house dot. Now I want to get my build year, right? Now I will just run so so now this is how my class looks like, and this is how I'm trying to get the values for this, right? So what I will do now, I will just do python inheritance.py. So the house was built in 2018. Where this house is coming from, so I'm the value I have put here, so that's coming. So this is how actually we get the result from our method that we have that we have defined explicitly for this class. Now that's that is for this class inheritance today, and also we have learned a bit about how to actually define attributed for your child class. So in next video I will quickly cover overriding the methods for the parent class and instances as attributes. That is something I'm going to cover for you guys. So that's all for today's video, and if you do like my video, please subscribe and share, and so I will see you next time. Till then, goodbye.